Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to episode 100. I don't know why I decided to go with evil laugh, but fuck it, roll with it. All right, quick question, just off tangent before we start introductions or anything else like that. Have you guys watched Daniel Thrasher? The funny piano guy who's like trying to make original songs but keeps playing songs that already exist, but he can do like different renditions. Like he takes Pharrell Williams' Happy and does it in such a way that it makes it sad. He was like, cool, I was going to call it sad. If you have not seen that channel, you need to.
I am interested so much right now.
It is even better than that, dude, because he takes the bass line from Bad Guy, Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. On the left hand, he's playing the bass line for that, and on the right hand, he starts playing In the Hall of the Mountain King. And it fucking works. It's so good. It's so good. I cannot get that out of my head now. I forever need that mashup. Just the bass line from Bad Guy and In the Hall of the Mountain King. Because I don't know why it works, but it just does. But yeah, literally, Daniel Thrasher has a really, really funny set of videos. I would show you right now, but we're live. And I can't.
Sad day.
Sag. All right, so hi, everybody. Welcome to your 100th episode of Anime Church. Also, hello, Rick. Hi, Salty Rick. We've got Rickalicious and Salty Rick, so hello to the Ricks. Also, hi, hello. Spider. I see you there. Yes. Is it really up to 100 now? Yeah, we're really up to 100.
We literally just had this conversation.
Escape from Tarkov. Okay. Live. Yeah. We had this conversation right before going live. Yes, I am sporting Gon on my hood, on my beanie today. Imposter Ricks, the lot of you. Oh no, how dare you, Spider. Spider, did you know that we put up a Spider Abridged? If you didn't know, you should go watch it. Yay. Oh, clap. Thank you. Clap.
Oh, I'm so glad it says clap.
Yeah, clap is better than plap because Bao isn't here. Okay. It's funny that you're like, I have no idea who Daniel Thrasher is. I legit told Tony, I was like, AI stuff, like Neurosama. He goes, what's that? I go, my guy. It's like if Skynet was funny and not trying to murder people. And he was like, what?
I mean, well, to be fair, she probably is trying to murder us with laughter.
No, she is not. She's not Emily, and we'll get to that.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes,
I don't know if this is a positive about Tower of God or a negative about Tower of God. I fucking forgot about this whole Emily plotline because there's so much stuff that happens afterward that's so goddamn good that I was like, is it saying bad things about the Emily plotline, or is it saying just really, really good things about everything else that comes after? I tend to think it's the latter. I think it's like, this is good, but it could be the rest of Tower of God, So instead of this is good, but it could be better, it's like, this is good, but the rest of Tower of God. It's like, my guy, it's not bad.
Yeah. I thought we were supposed to do our discussion.
Oh, no. We'll talk. No. See, here's the problem. I'm moderately talking about spoiler without talking about spoiler. If you have not read the manhwa, you have no fucking idea what I'm referencing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not that this is a bad arc. I was just surprised. I was like, oh yeah, this exists. How did I forget about that? Oh yeah, the Hell Train. That's how I forgot about that.
To be fair, this plot line was maybe like 3 chapters.
Yeah, it wasn't a very long plot line. It was interesting, but then we get like giant plot lines like the Hell Train that has their giant subplots in them. And some of the best moments of Tower of God. Oh, I don't know, like Bomb turning to look at Rachel and saying, fuck you. Not necessarily in those words, but it has that kind of a vibe to it. So if everybody was wondering, is Bomb going to tell Rachel off? Yeah, at some point he's going to make her feel like shit a couple of times. It's going to be great. That's not spoiler. If you thought that wasn't gonna happen, please, 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 please. Anyhow, guys, welcome to Anime Church. I am your dorky little minister of science and technology, Richie Roberts.
I am Moonlight Sparks, your Minister of Arceology. I don't know where I put the box. Praise
Arceus. He is also a dork.
I am Fenrir Sarun, your patron saint of snackos and alcohol.
Of which I have imbibed. He is also a dork.
Very much so.
We're a dork fish. He caught me on a corn dog. I was just swimming around. What's a corn dog doing in the middle of the ocean? But you know me, I love them goddamn corn dogs. All right. Enough Bill Engvall for the day. The sudden calm. Dorky. Look here, Fenris. Does that make you dorky? And why is he a dork spelled with 2 Ks? I don't understand.
Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Ed.
Yeah, I got it.
It's I.E.
Thank
my
you,
guy.
man.
It's I.E. my guy. Not why. I.E. my guy. Why would you replace it with I.E.? Come on. Anyway.
Because Eddie's name was spelt with a Y.
I'm clicked on the wrong thing. I tried to type the name out and it didn't work. All right. Well, whatever. And I don't feel like clicking over. We got stuff to cover. Oh, it's just Ed and Ed. Speaking of Eds, if you did not know, we can make this connection real quick. Ed O'Neill, or at least his former wife, Ed O'Neill's ex-wife, is somebody that we're going to talk about. If you don't know who Ed O'Neill is, Al Bundy from Married with Children, or the head of the family, if you're talking about Modern Family. He was the one that was married to in the show. He was married to Sofia Vergara's character. Yeah. Anyhow, that's Ed O'Neill. His previous wife, we're going to be talking about her. But yeah. In some One Piece related news. All right, guys. Speaking of news, let's get into it. Let's get into the news. Oh, boy. Starting off with general stuff. Okay, who here watched the Secret Level official trailer? Or the teaser?
Yeah.
Okay,
I am
more
excited.
important question for those of us who watched it. Does anybody know what the fuck it's about?
It's
Yes.
supposed to be like Love, Death, and Robots.
I have no
Yeah.
idea I have no idea what the general plot of this show is about, and I'm still horribly on board.
So that's because what it is it's an anthology of animations. It's not just one show, it's 15 different shows.
Holy shit, my dude.
All based on different IPs.
Yes.
We're
Like
getting
they
a
showed-
movie about that or a series about that? Because
A
I was not
series.
clear.
It's technically
Okay.
a series.
Okay.
So
And-
what it
but-
is like there's 15 episodes. Each episode is a different IP.
So like
and-
the Animatrix.
And if it's like kind of like that, but if it
Yeah.
follows the Love, Death, and Robots theme, each episode's 45 minutes to an hour long.
My guy. Some of us have things we need to do with our day. You know, I spend a third of my
Yes.
day fapping,
We need-
right?
You need to
I mean, that's your
spend an
fault.
hour watching this every week.
I mean, some of us aren't one pump chumps, my guy. It takes we gotta I don't have the money to constantly buy myself wine and chocolate.
I understand that, but you just gotta you double
Flowers.
team.
Do you
okay?
know how
You have the
expensive flowers
animation
are?
here. Listen, you have two screens.
If you don't
have
think
the
I-
animation on the
excuse
big
me,
screen.
If you don't think I do not have visual aids,
With as much as you've seen, like I wouldn't doubt it.
yeah, I need visual aids nowadays. And it was same
Mm.
Richie said, right? Thank you. Sometimes you gotta plap. Not all of us have a werewolf fetish that just gets us to the point where we need to be. I'm just saying.
I only told
Bow.
you about that one time.
I was talking about Bow.
Oh.
You outed yourself.
I thought you were making a joke about furries, which
No. I haven't started talking about Fillion yet.
Damn, just throwing shade at all the
Oh, yeah.
VTubers.
Oh,
today,
no.
huh?
Oh, if you don't think I'm not gonna, whenever it is that I eventually become a VTuber, you are out of your mind. All right.
I mean, Burnelk is right, Richie.
What? Fat dog
Richie's
to
about
fat
to
dog?
rebrand the channel from Fat Dog to Fap Dog.
Fap dog? I mean, if you think it's not
Fap-
already.
Dog Studios.
By the way, quick update on Fat Dog projects. 7 Deadly Slaps coming out very, very soon. And then, of course, we have the whole, I think Data Live is going to be the next big one. I don't know where they're at on Shield 4. I just know they're very excited about Shield 4. And holy shit, you guys, what is going on? 115,000 views on Solo Leveling Pilot?
Jesus!
Yeah. People like it, apparently, which is funny because we still get that 1/3 of comments just saying this is crap or this is just a fan dub. And I've gone back and watched it like several times, and I'm like, it's not. You guys are just stupid. Or you're commenting to just be an asshole, which is also very internet thing to do. So at this point, I no longer give a shit about the comments. I'm looking at the like versus dislike, and we don't even have 4% dislikes.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's insane how good it is. Also, already started writing the script. Good way into the script for episode 2. Moon, did you get a chance to look at it?
I did.
What'd you think?
Good.
Yee!
It's funny.
Yeah. Moon is my co-writer. We decided early on that this world is, number one, Solo Leveling is not connected to anything. It's its own entity. It is not connected to any other bridge series on Fat Dog. It is part of the world, quote unquote, that we live in. Which means that a bridge series exists in this world and they can quote other abridged series. So if you think I'm not making Sword Art Online abridged something witty jokes or Team 4-Star DBZA or Helsing abridged jokes, you are out of your damn mind. Oh, what's that? We need some dialogue here. I'm having trouble thinking about what abridged quote would work here. Oh my God. Let's quote Alucard.
Because I'm a fuck mothering Batman. Wait.
I killed a lot of people to get this title. Shows the title. Cut to the screen that
To get
shows
this
the title.
title.
To get this title. We just randomly have him pointing over to the side. It shows the actual title. I deserve to be called as such. Do not tempt me, my guy. I already told you.
I would
funny...
love that. What do you mean tempt you?
Dude, you already got Moon and I cracking up about it.
I already told
Yeah.
you. I already told you a couple funny ideas that I had, and one about like when he does the summoning of the shadow soldiers. By the way, if you think we're gonna use the word arise, you don't know us. Anyway, but yeah, I told you some funny stuff. I realized like they may have stolen my joke, but I'll do it slightly different. You know, fuckers stole my joke. The other abridged group that doing Solo Leveling, they had the joke. Like I had the idea, and then I saw that they already posted the joke, and I'm like, fuck! Now it's gonna look like I stole from them. Fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. It's not gonna be erect. I'm not referencing erect yourselves. This is not an erector set. Anyhow, good things are happening. I'm also still working on Slime 10. I haven't forgot about Slime. I just, everybody's really into Solo Leveling right now, and I'm like, well, why not? Gonna do some more, and then we'll get into it. And yes, when we get to season 3, if you think I'm not gonna reference, I literally am gonna cram like several episodes into one and just be like, isn't it nice that we did this all in one meeting? Imagine if we had to do it in 50. I'm going to basically as much as you guys will find that hilarious. This is literally me giving a finger to all those phony slime watchers that were like, there's too many meetings in the beginning. Shut the fuck up. It's called world building.
Now I have a horrible idea I'm going to tell you off.
Nah. No, that's okay. I've had so much alcohol right now, I'll absolutely forget it.
I will message it to you.
No! I'll ignore it.
I know you will until after stream.
Yeah! I'll still ignore it. Ah!
Fine, I'll
All right.
message it to Moon so Moon can tell you later.
I'll ignore him too. It's not the first time I've done that. All right, who wants to talk about the news? The newsy news. Oh, I owe you an apology, by the way, Fenris. I'm going to make you talk about the Gundam you don't like.
I figured when I saw it.
Yeah. Okay, so we did talk about Secret Level and that it's an anthology, but damn does that trailer look good. Also, guys, if you're
Yeah.
wondering, it's going to be on Prime, so I'm looking forward to that because I have Amazon Prime. The funny thing is, I don't have Amazon Prime to watch shows. I have Amazon Prime so that I can get stuff in 2 days with free shipping. That's basically it. Okay, let's talk about Terminator Zero. They dropped a Red Band trailer, and boy, was it gory.
Oh, yeah.
This actually, unfortunately, makes me sad because this is pre-Judgment Day, and I was hoping it was post-Judgment Day. I really wanted more post-Judgment Day stuff, and I don't know if this is the John Connor timeline or like the new timeline from Dark Fate. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm still kind of interested. Also, did anybody see the little the non-Terminator robots at the beginning and think, huh, I think this looks like Halo, but if the AI uprised. Was anybody thinking like robots from ODST or just me?
No, I was too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wasn't the only one. By the way, if you have not played ODST, fucking what's wrong with you? Do that.
I mean, it's been out forever and a day.
But Terminator Zero looks like it is like super, super close to Judgment Day, and it makes sense that they're dropping it on August 29th. The original timeline of Judgment Day, which leads me to believe that this is supposed to be John Connor and not Terminator Dark Fate stuff. So I think we're still in the John Connor timeline. So I'm here for it. Like I will reserve judgment, but this trailer kind of made me not as hype as I was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of took some of the fire out of it, or the wind out of my sails, whatever phrase you want to use. It kind of poured a little dirt on my fire. You know, I was really excited for this, and now, not as much. Not as much. Anybody else? Thoughts, opinions? It's okay to have differing opinions from me. I mean,
To be fair,
you're wrong. But
to be fair, I was right there with you where I was hoping that it was more of like a couple episodes before Judgment Day, leading through Judgment Day.
yeah, if it's like we haven't had enough of the actual like war between humans and machines, we need to experience that more. But I don't mind seeing the human machine war origins. That looks cool. Instead of just a shit ton of nuclear bombs going off, let's actually have some fucking machine on human violence. And that looked good. I will say this, the action, the violence, top notch. Looks fantastic. I'm just a little worried about where the story is, how the timeline's going to go. You know, the whole Terminator franchise has been kind of shaky ever since 3.
And to be honest, I can guess how this is going to end, just with the knowledge I have about Terminator series in general.
With the screams of many Terminator fans.
Not just that, but other things.
Anything else? Any last minute thoughts before we move on to One Piece? We got a lot of One Piece news to talk about.
For me,
Okay.
it was just, the change doesn't bother me much.
Well,
Or not change, whatever it was y'all were talking
how
about.
much do you follow the Terminator timeline? That's the real question there.
There's a timeline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, since Dark Fate, there's now a timeline. You can either say 1 and 2 are canon and everything else is not. You can say 1, 2, and 3 are canon. You can say 1, 2, and 4 are canon. 1, 2, and 5 are canon. Or you can say 1, 2, and Dark Fate are canon. Look, the Terminator franchise actually makes the Terminator franchise's timeline makes the Legend of Zelda timeline look fucking simple.
Yeah, but they all have the same thing in common.
One and two exist.
Oh, not just that. They have one other thing in common. And basically that the machines win.
Alrighty, let's move on to all the One Piece news. I'm actually not mad about this casting. Not at all. So, live action One Piece series second season cast Katie Sagal as Dr. Koreha and Mark Haralick as Dr. Hiruku. So, here's the thing. If you don't know who Katie Sagal is, well, first off, you're probably more familiar with some of her voice work. And then secondly, you're not as old as I am, because if you've ever seen the series Married with Children, love and marriage. All right. Anyway, if you've seen that, then you'd know her as Peg from that series. She is the wife. But some of you of the younger generation, it just sounds so condescending when I say it like that, but that's kind of how you. If you're younger, if you're like later term millennial, funny, or Gen Z, you're probably aware of a little show called Futurama, where she played the character of Leela. So yeah, you're very familiar with her voice work at the very least. If you're on Adult Swim at all, if you're part of the Adult Swim generation, you're at least marginally familiar with Futurama, and she voices Leela. Yeah. Katie Sagal is actually really fucking talented as an actress, and she kind of, like, I can see it. Like, just seeing the two photos side by side, I can kind of see that she has sort of the same cheekbone definition that Dr. Koreha had. That's good casting. Like, if you were going to have to pass on Jamie Lee Curtis for scheduling reasons, Katie Sagal's a good one to have there. And guys, that's not to say that Jamie Lee Curtis can't come back. I honestly want her as Suru, the old lady admiral person that trained like Hina and others, and is like a peer with Garp. Like, she's on that same level in the Marines as Garp. I'd love it if she came in and was like that old lady. Garp's just sitting there eating a senbei. You crazy old bat. What the fuck did you call me? I'm sorry. Yeah. Just, it's even better if like one of the scariest dudes in the Marines, Garp, is literally being talked down to by Jamie Lee Curtis. And she's just like, what the fuck did you say, Garp? And he's like, nothing. I didn't say nothing. That'd be really funny to me. So long as they give Jamie Lee Curtis a role in One Piece that, number one, fits her, and number two, when I say fits her, yes, I am talking about the Borderlands movie, which, by the way, a really shit movie came out this weekend, and the reviews were pretty bad for it. And for a moment, Borderlands was like, we're not the worst reviewed. Nope. Turns out you're still the worst reviewed. So Borderlands still. Anyway, you could. I'm not going to go into it. If you know, you know. There was no love from the actual Borderlands community that seemed to be involved in that movie at all. I still say the most positive review of that movie is that they Dragon Ball Evolution to your Borderlands. That is the most positive review. But yeah, Katie Sagal as Dr. Koreha. I love that we got Borderlands last week, or for the last 2 weeks, and then this week we're talking One Piece, because they're like, hey, this is how you do a franchise and an IP right. You actually give a fuck about the source material. I think this is good casting, and of course, I think Mark Harlick looks very much the part. I'm interested to see what he does with the role. I'm not very familiar with him as an actor, but I'm telling you, this character, Dr. Hiruluk, I hope he chews the fuck out of any scenes that he's in, because this character was so good, so influential for a particular Straw Hat. I mean, this is just par for the course. If you're on the Straw Hat Pirate crew, you have baggage. You have some form of trauma, and that's why Luffy is so appealing. Because he's like, hey man, I'm gonna be your trauma-free captain. I mean, you're gonna hate me because I'm an idiot, but I'm not gonna throw any trauma your way. It's like, but we hate you because you're an idiot. I know, but I'm a lovable idiot. Fuck! That's kind of how they see. I like. That's not how they see their captain, but it's kind of how they see their captain.
That's very much how they see their captain all the time.
Fucking Luffy.
Just like
half of the trouble that they get in can be described as fucking Luffy. Like, the Foxy Pirates. Let's do another 3 games. Fucking Luffy. What the fun? No. All right. We've got more characters to announce. We've got. I apologize for saying this name incorrectly because I know I'm gonna. But Sindhil Ramamurthy, I hope I'm saying that correctly, is going to be playing Nefertari Cobra. He looks young, but makeup can fix that. Like I have been aged up by makeup 60 plus years. I know what makeup can do, especially stage and screen makeup. Holy shit. Because makeup and film or stage makeup are 2 completely different animals. But yeah, there is a very big purpose behind makeup. Let's see. We got Smoker and Tashigi, Kureha, Hiroik, Wapple, Dalton, Mr. 3, Miss Valentine, Mr. 5, Mr. 9, Crocus, Dory, Brogy, and of course, Miss Wednesday / Vivi. And yeah, man, that has been a huge portion of the cast. Getting to that, live action One Piece casts Vivi, Sharithra Chandra as Vivi. And she even had a little Twitter message for everyone saying that she's super excited and that she will do the character justice. And she's really, really looking forward to it. And she's glad that Oda chose her. Keep that in mind, everybody. Oda has final say on these castings. So if you're like, I'm not sure, just remember, in Oda we trust. Just understand this. Season 1 was fucking good because they followed along with not only the story, but the cast was very well chosen because they embodied the spirit of those characters. Even if they're not 100% in line with their anime or manga counterparts, the spirit of the character is so there that you're like, yeah, this is One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Things may be different, but you're like, no, this is still One Piece, my guy. It's just a slightly different One Piece. If you want to, now I know it's going to have its haters. Haters, shut the fuck up. It's an AU. That's all you have to think about it. It's an alternate universe One Piece. That's all it is. Oh, wow. So hard to wrap my head around. No, it's fucking not. Deal with it. All right. I think we're done talking about One Piece. But before we stop, guys, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. What did you think about these casting choices?
Interesting.
Okay. I can see you doing things, but for the audio people, could you at least say words, Moon? Case people are just listening and not watching? No, stop. That's not even sign language. That's just hand gestures. Talk.
So I mean, I think these are some good choices. At first I didn't recognize who was playing Nefertari Cobra until I saw that he was in Heroes, and then it clicked. I was like, oh shit, he's that guy, the guy who started looking for all the people with powers. And
hold on. He's not Skylar.
No, not the guy looking to kill them. The guy just trying to find them to prove they exist.
Here's the thing. I don't remember. It's been a long time, and I only watched season 1.
Fair enough.
Yep.
But he's like the first dude you see in season 1, not with powers. He doesn't have powers.
He's
He
just a
knows they
reporter or
exist.
journalist or something.
Yeah, some kind of college student or something. But yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see, and then yeah, the Kureha and Luke is gonna be awesome. I actually do hope Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be that other Marine lady, the old Marine
That
lady,
would be
especially
great if
because
she
like
was
I
all
could
suited.
just but I could just kind of hear it like what's his face playing Garb. He's Scottish, just sort of like, "Oh, you old hag." And then she just goes, "Excuse me?"
My fucking God, the amount of people coming in here and just saying erect. And I'm like, no, we're not that solo leveling abridged. That's not what's happening. Stop it. Question, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Jobless Reincarnation season? I'm looking forward to season 3. Okay, here's the thing. Marcos, you don't want to ask me that question because I've read all the light novels. I'm done with the main story. I've read all 26 volumes. That question is loaded because I know a shit ton of spoilers. And I don't want to spoil it for the anime onlys, especially the anime onlys in the call. But I will say I'm very, very excited because I know who's showing up, what's happening, all sorts of other things. It's fantastic. I can't wait to get into season 3. Season 3, stuff that happens in season 3 blows all of the stuff in season 2 out of the water. Like season 3, the stuff coming up in season 3 is where the series from this point on picks up in a major way. But I will tease one thing because I know the trailers will. Season 3 of Mushoku Tensei will bring us back to the Fiery Redheads arc. That's right, you bitches. We're going back to Eris at some point. That's all you get. Yay. That's all you get. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so let's move on from there. Who here watched Pacific Rim and who here liked Pacific Rim? That because those are two different things.
Pacific Rim, yes.
Okay, Fenris, you talk about the Pacific Rim story then, please. I was like, bro, are you sitting here telling me you didn't watch the giant mecha movie where they fight kaiju? It's like kaiju versus giant mecha. This is literally screaming, Fenris.
One was great, 2 not so much.
I never watched 2, so we're good. I'm just sticking with 1.
The anime was
I never watched that either. Apparently I skipped all the bad parts.
It's okay, Marcos. Eventually they will release a live-action Mushoku Tensei.
No, don't.
It's bound to happen.
Please no.
Pacific Rim gets prequel series by Legendary Pictures. Entertainment news website Variety reported on Monday that Legendary Pictures is developing a Pacific Rim prequel series as part of a first-look television deal with filmmaker Eric Heiserer from Shadow and Bone and Arrival. Heiserer and fellow Chronology founder Carmen Lewis will be responsible for developing IP-driven projects for the studio. The Pacific Rim origin story is the first project as part of the new deal. Netflix's Pacific Rim The Black anime series premiered. Okay, that's Black's backstory.
That's racist.
That's backstory, yes.
No, that's racist. They called it the Black series. How dare they? Fucking racist Japanese people. And there's xenoculture. I'm just telling you, Japan, if you want to solve your declining birth rate issues, just let the weebs invade.
Yes, let us, please.
We will impregnate your Japanese women. No problem.
Yes, we will. It does so bad. But this is everything.
So
hey, sometimes the truth is hard to swallow.
Let the weebs, well, I mean, if she didn't swallow, that would solve the problem. I'm just saying, spitters are quitters.
But yes, this is something that a lot of Pacific Rim fans have been wanting because
Pacific Rim Job fans.
I want to see like the first 2 generations of the fucking mecha. Because goddamn.
Yee.
Moving on.
Are we though?
Yep.
Are we?
I hope so.
Moon, are you a fan of Lord of the Rings?
Yes. Who
Would
is
you
it?
like the next story?
Sure.
What are you talking about? Okay, Fenris.
Our next story.
I have to send you something.
Okay.
It's your fault.
Oh, boy.
It's 100% your fault.
Moon, I
send it
accept
too.
full responsibility.
Moon, I can send it to you too. Moon, would you like some
All right,
culture
cool.
in your life? Do you need more culture in your
Oh,
life?
I would love some culture. I always need culture.
Okay, then I will send this to you.
Appreciated.
Oh,
yeah,
this, yes.
I love the fact that I said that. You're like, I already know this. I'm like, God damn it. Fucking Fenris. That's all you need to. All right. So apparently it's under a different name, but at least like the first quote unquote volume of this is on Kindle Unlimited. That's how I discovered it. So yeah, enjoy that. There's some culture. Have fun. Back to Tolkien.
Oh, I really do need a toke.
Not toking, Tolkien. There's a difference.
Yeah, we're talking right now to each other.
We don't need the backstory on every fucking tree branch, okay, my guy? All right, Tolkien. Let's talk about some pre-Lord of the Rings stuff, Moon.
I'm still trying to look at the thing you sent me.
Don't get. It's an after show thing. After. Plap plap.
Oh, while Moon's looking at that, these things are like fucking crack.
What are they?
Crunchy rice rolls.
38 calories a roll, dude. All it is rice, sugar, and agar and corn syrup.
I can't have sugar or corn syrup because make me fat.
But 38 calories, they're delicious.
Calories aren't the important thing. Sugar.
This is my only source of non-natural sugar.
Sugar is just as bad for you as calories, my guy. Especially in our American culture where they put fucking sugar in everything.
I'll take 4 grams of sugar.
I'll take my Jell-O pudding with no sugar. Or my Jell-O gelatin, not pudding. Pudding without sugar is gross. Gelatin's okay. Moon? We have
yes.
news item. Yeah.
Yes.
I know
Lord
you're bending
Rings.
your head to like try and see all the different variations, but we got to get back to the
variations of what? It hasn't even loaded yet.
Oh, well then I'm sorry, but once it does. I forgot what shit internet you have.
Anyways. Lord of the Rings, the war for Rohirrim.
Rohirrim.
Okay.
You don't remember the writers of Rohirrim?
Japanese dubcast.
Hey, you don't remember the writers of Rohan that fucking Gandalf went to gather
the writers of Rohan.
Yeah, they're the Rohirrim.
They're known as the Rohirrim.
Okay.
This is where it started, my guy.
Yeah.
We get to see Helm's Deep again.
Mm-hmm.
And not being infested by orcs.
And Uruk-hai.
Cool.
And Uruk-hai, yeah. Theoden King's
All I can say is, I never thought I'd die in battle fighting next to an elf.
What about a friend?
How about a friend?
I could do that.
I could do that.
You'll have to toss me. What? I cannot jump the distance. You'll have to toss me. What? No. Don't tell the elf.
Don't tell the elf.
Not a word.
A word. Is it sad that we could quote the shit out of that trilogy?
God.
No, that is not sad at all. That just means those movies were fucking great.
I always like going south. Somehow it feels like walking downhill.
We just finished saying our good mornings. It's nighttime.
We are sitting on a field of victory, enjoying
a few
well-earned
comforts.
The salted pork is particularly good.
Salted pork. Like, I fucking love salted pork, you say. I don't know why.
The extended cuts are amazing.
And smoking.
Yeah, Marcus is right. Can we get an anime-based Tolkien series, please?
Could we get actual The Hobbit and actual Lord of the Rings? Can we please get the entire cast, if they're still around, to come back and reprise their characters and voice all of this in an anime style? Because we've had an animated Lord of the Rings, and it wasn't quite as good.
Animated Hobbit.
Yeah, and it weren't quite as good, but if we got production IG to actually work on this, which, by the way, I'm kind of surprised that, well, no, I'm not really surprised. It's production IG. I think they're teaming up with Netflix again. This is a Netflix series, correct? Am I losing my mind?
I believe it is.
Because that makes sense. Production IG working with Netflix. Gee, I wonder if Production IG's done anything epic with Netflix before. Oh, that's right. They did Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Wait a second. No, this is not a series.
Oh, no, this is Amazon.
Moon.
I'm
please
trying.
Read.
Thank you. Go for it. Warner Brothers Japan began streaming the Japanese dubbed trailer for The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Jesus Christ.
By the way, we have the actual English version, which is what it should fucking be. I know everybody's going to be like, but sub is better. No, fuck you. Lord of the Rings came out in English. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, all that came out in English first. This was designed for English-speaking audiences. Watch it dubbed. I don't give a fuck what you think about dubs.
The new feature film by Kenji Kamiyama. On Friday, the trailer reveals the film's Japanese cast and December 27th opening date in Japan. For whatever reason, that's the one they went with. Masachika Ichimura plays Helm Hammerhand, the legendary Rohirrim king. Fuka Koshiba voices the Rohirrim princess Hera. Kenjiro Tsuda plays Wolf, the Dunlending Lord Wolf, Jesus, who is also Hera's childhood friend. Takako Honda voices Olwyn, character romanization not official, a companion and supporter of Hera. Manabu Muraji plays the Orc Lot, character romanization not official. Hayata Taya.
It's okay. You don't have to say the entire fucking cast, my guy. It's okay.
I'm reading.
Yeah, stuff that honestly. All right, raise your hand if you care about who's playing what character. I'm more interested in how well they do.
Fair. I was just told to read, dude.
And to be fair, we keep cutting him off.
God damn it, Marcos.
Read chat, you'll understand, Moon.
To be fair, that last thing that he typed is literally like 30 seconds old. The other one, over 2 minutes old.
Yes.
Yeah. So they didn't happen back to back. He wasn't making one joke. It was like, I made this thing. And I'm like, God damn it. And then he said the second one. I'm like, fuck. All right, is there any information besides just the cast? My bad. I thought they were just talking about, hey, there's an anime version of Lord of the Rings. Let's just talk about the fact that there's a fucking anime version of Lord of the Rings and not focus on the cast right now.
Yeah, there's more right after the cast.
Please read that.
Yeah. Okay. The film opens in U.S. theaters on December 13th and internationally beginning on December 11th. New Line Cinema describes the film set 183 years before the events chronicled in the original trilogy of films. The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, tells the fate. Tells the fate of the House of
Don't you
Helm
me?
Hammerhand.
The Two Towers has been out since the early 2000s, you motherfucker. You
2002,
a sudden attack A sudden attack by Wolf, a clever and ruthless Dunlending lord seeking vengeance for the death of his father, forces Helm and his people to make a daring last stand in the ancient stronghold of the Hornburg, a mighty fortress that will later come to be known as Helm's Deep. Finding herself in an increasingly desperate situation, Hera, the daughter of Helm, must summon the will to lead the resistance against a deadly enemy intent on their total destruction.
Okay, we could stop there because, like, literally all they're describing is the fucking trailer. Like, Anime News Network, I get it. You got a word quota, but get your shit together.
To be fair, it's also, for those who may have forgotten, the lore of Helm's Deep that they described in the Two Towers.
Yeah. So we're actually seeing the lore of Helm's Deep, the horn of Gondor. You want to suck on my horn, do you? Arr. God damn it! You started this, Marcos. Yeah.
This is such a horny episode.
I hate you.
I wasn't even trying to make a pun there. I really wasn't.
I hate you and everything you stand for.
Thank you.
You're too
okay.
kind.
Who's ready to actually jump into the gaming block, which is something we don't usually get?
Not very often, no.
Yeah, not very often. Who wants to talk about Silent Hill? I know I'm going to talk about Genshin.
I'll talk about Silent Hill.
Okay.
Since I have the original Silent Hill 2 in my room that I've been replaying.
I mean, yeah, there's that. Okay. I actually think this is perfect. Moon. I know that you don't really know a lot about Final Fantasy franchise as a
Excuse
whole.
you?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm telling lies. I don't care if they're like partially true. No. I know that you're not as big into Final Fantasy as the two of us are. See, there you go. That's my point. Have you played 6?
I've got
have you
7.
Shut the fuck up. Have you played 16 at all?
Do you act like I have the money to buy it?
Exactly my point. So that's why I'm going to have the person shut the fuck up. That's why I'm going to have you talk about 16 because I wanted the person who has the freshest perspective on it to look at it and be like, huh, all right, this seems really interesting. Or possibly, man, this looks like shit. Whichever one of those conclusions you come to, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. All right. I am well aware that I am probably the only person that's going to talk about Genshin on here. But also, after looking at this trailer, I was just kind of browsing what MiHoYo was doing. And then I saw, oh yeah, Natlan's coming up. Okay, cool. We got the new country coming out. Hey, I'll play it now. I saw the trailer. The trailer shows you gameplay that has not existed in Genshin before. And I don't just mean like, oh, introducing new mechanics. No. There's 3 completely different characters, and how they operate is so different from anything that's existed in Genshin before. And I'm like, okay, are all the characters in this country going to look like that? Because honestly, I thought this was going to be like fire and barbarians, because this is the nation of fire. This is the nation of pyro. And like going from the Tbate trailer, it was like, yes, they fight each other. Combat is their only language. And I was like, cool, barbarian warriors. I'm here for it. No, I was so wrong. And I'm kind of pleased to be wrong. But also at the same time, we're getting Snezhnaya next. So we're finally closing in on like the Fatui, and then finally Conria, and then once the main story kind of reaches its conclusion, I'm like, cool, I got the story I wanted, I'm done. I have not
I'm with Spider on this one. I was looking forward to the hot springs.
Apparently they do have those.
Hopefully next episode.
I don't know if we're gonna have those kind of hot springs, but this looked really, really cool, really interesting. They all have their own individual, like apparently there's 6 different clans, and they all are represented by their own dinosaurs. That's right. This is like Dragon Ball Z. Dinosaurs still exist. It's funny how we never talk about that. But, oh man. But no, it's really, really interesting how dynamic and different this is. it's still Genshin, but it feels not quite Genshin. And to be completely fair, Fontaine was kind of that in a little bit because of how much you could just run around underwater and explore fucking everything. But I don't know specifically what this reflects, what country this reflects. I thought this was supposed to be like Latin America. But we'll see. Natlan looks kind of cool. Based on like the music, it was like Spain or Latin America. Spain, Portugal, Latin America, that whole thing. Anyhow, yeah, it looks really interesting and I'm here for it. And as is per usual with MiHoYo and Genshin Impact, I thought it was hilarious watching an animator actually talk about like cutscenes and stuff from it, and they're like, "Oh, so Genshin Impact learned this from Honkai Star Rail," and I'm like, "Nope, it's the other way around, motherfucker. Genshin came first."
Mm-hmm.
But
the same company.
Same company. Well, I mean, he knows they were the same company. He just thought Honkai came out first, and I'm like, "Nope, other way around. Genshin started it all." But yeah, guys, this actually looks good, and of course, the art looks fucking great. I'm really interested in these new characters, and I'm curious to see where the story goes. If nothing else, I like the story of Genshin. I'm not the biggest fan of, like, all of the other stuff. But I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm here for it. That being said, we're going to move on to our next one. Game time. Let's talk about the game that everybody's going to try and make me play in October. Well, somebody has to buy the game for me first. Yeah, I hate all of you. I hate all of you.
Hey, Rick, let's go halvesies.
If you no. Here's what's gonna happen. One of you is gonna buy me Silent Hill 2. The other of you is gonna buy me fucking Final Fantasy 16 on PC, so I can play that and stream it. I already know that somebody's going to make the request that I have to play Alien Isolation on stream, so I'm just like, all right, fuck it. I'm making Moon join me in the call. And I'm going to screen share it. That way, because I cannot play that game alone. I have to have somebody in the call with me. And Rick, you are the worst person to be in a call with me, and you know it. For a horror game? No, you're just the meanest.
Yeah, I actually want to replay Silent Hill Shattered Memories because it actually does.
I mean, to be fair,
psychology in the game. It gives you a full psychological profile of what your mind is like.
To be fair, I really, really, really do like the Silent Hill franchise and the story stuff, especially 2. Like 1 and 2 were really good. You're intending on playing neither? You have to admit that having a soundboard for Alien Isolation was hilarious. Yes, and I plan to continue that. However, I need to have an emotional support person there with me. Moon is my emotional support person. An emotional support person. I said emotional. What the fuck?
All right, then.
That's how flustered you are.
It is. It's very much how flustered I am. All right, we're skipping the ads. On to the next thing.
Konami began streaming a story trailer for the Silent Hill 2 game remake on Monday. The game will launch on October 8th for PS5 and PC via Steam. While Konami initially stated that the Silent Hill 2 remake will be a PS5 exclusive for 12 months, the game's Steam page lists it with an October 8th release date, the same as the PS5 version. Bluebird team is developing the game. Matas Lennart, I know I butchered that name, but fuck it, is the creative director and lead designer for Silent Hill 2. Blah, blah, blah. More people whose names I know I'm going to butcher, so I'm not even going to try. And then, history on the Silent Hill franchise.
Oh, no.
Like how Silent Hill 2 originally launched on the PlayStation 2 in September 2001.
No, we're okay. I already feel old. I don't need more reminders. Stop it.
It's okay. It then launched on Xbox in December 2021.
Don't care.
No. Listen, it took them 20 years to launch it on the Xbox, apparently.
Oh, yeah. By the way, that's a thing I forgot about. Thank you for reminding me. That's another thing I forgot about Genshin Impact. It is now coming to Xbox and it's coming to Xbox and Game Pass.
Yes, unfortunately, HoYoverse also confirmed that Zenless Zone Zero is a PlayStation exclusive.
But yeah, HoYoverse is stating that Genshin Impact is they've finally managed to broker the deal. Apparently, they got Sony off their ass, and they can now do it on Xbox and Game Pass. So if you're an Xbox or Game Pass person, yeah, even the free. Well, Genshin is a free-to-play game.
But it's apparently only going to be on Game Pass.
No, it's not. It'll be on Xbox. They said both. That's why they have both on there. They have Xbox, Microsoft Xbox, and Game Pass. Both of those were on the reveal trailer for the Xbox announcement. I'm keeping up.
Oh, I'm saying that's what Spider put in there.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Game Pass, even though it's free.
No, okay. No. Here's the thing. Game Pass is separate from Xbox. It's saying it's on both. Because Game Pass is also on PC.
You can already download Genshin on PC by itself.
Yeah, I know.
Why would it need to be put on Game Pass?
Because
it's just redundant.
Because that's if you're playing Game Pass on PC, my dude. There are some people that have Game Pass specifically for Xbox because it gives them access to a lot of games that would normally be not free.
You can download Genshin as a standalone on PC right now.
Yes. You could also download it standalone on Xbox, or you could go through Game Pass, which actually takes care of all the installation stuff for you instead of you having to manually do it.
That's fair, but you also can link your account that you use on PC for the Xbox version, the PlayStation version.
I'm not responsible for how Game Pass works. Don't fucking talk to me. So is GameStop, but you worked for them for forever.
Yes, because it was a paycheck.
And not a good one.
Actually, towards the end, it was pretty good. That's why they fired me. Or that's why they forced me out. I was the second highest paid manager in my state. I was pulling in $26 an hour as a store manager.
Okay, you're going to make me quote waiting, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, congratulations. That's like being the smartest person with Down syndrome.
You know, I'd still take working for Slave Stop over CenturyLink any day. Because at least at Slave Stop, I could tell people to get the fuck out of my store and not suffer repercussions. I don't know how many times I cussed out corporate through emails.
What's Thrown is a gifting platform catering to content creators and their communities. Don't talk to me about it then, Marco. Talk to Tony about it. Let him know. And you'll have to come with more details than that. Like, if you want to send, like, hit Tony up and send him, like, a full biopack of information about what it is.
Throne. It's basically an Amazon wish list, but without Amazon.
Wow. Okay. That does not help the case for Throne.
But you're not giving money to Amazon, therefore it's better.
No, not necessarily. There's a lot of really shitty mom and pop startups that don't have that have owners that don't. Yeah.
Sorry, I speak smartass and sarcasm on a daily basis. I know it's hard to detect when I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, no. I don't. Oh, you were being sarcastic. I'm just saying that just because it's not Amazon doesn't make it good. That was my point. Hey, Moon, you want to talk about video games?
Finally. I was wondering when you'd ask.
We've been getting so off topic today.
You know what? I'm here for it. At least our personalities are coming through.
Oh, yes.
Final Fantasy 16 game gets PC release on September 17th. Square Enix began streaming a Deliverance trailer for its Final Fantasy 16 game on Monday, and it reveals that the game gets a PC release via Steam and the Epic Games Store on September 17th. Square Enix released the game in June 2023 for PlayStation 5. Blah, blah, blah. Backstory. Hey, it's coming to PC, which I watched the trailer, and I'm having to sit here and be all like, wait a minute. Are we sure this isn't Final Fantasy 14? Because let's see, Orion, Shiva, Ifrit. And I'm not saying that these are there. I'm saying that they look like the counterparts that they have in 14. Like, one for one. And I'm having to sit there and be like...
Hi. Moon, welcome to Final Fantasy.
Don't you dare try to tell me...
Welcome to the Final Fantasy franchise.
7...
Welcome to the Final Fantasy franchise where 9 times out of 10... the summons look almost the same because they're using the same goddamn summons.
The summons do not look the same. Between 7, 8, 10, shit, which one was 14? Yeah, 14. And
14 and
I think it was
15,
either 12 or 13.
14 and 15, they look the same. So it's not
No, they
surprising that
don't.
14 and 16 look the same. Yes, they do.
14 and 15, they do not look the same. Mm-mm.
She was always
is a big chonky motherfucker in 14, and in 15, they slimmed him down a lot, and he's much bigger.
No, he is not slimmed down.
Slow the fuck down. Why is Shiva showing up in The Hangover? Final Fantasy 15, the bachelor party that went wrong.
How dare you? If anything, 14 is a fever dream from a crack addict.
Yeah, a fever dream from a crack addict. And
yeah, you heard me. 14 is the worst fucking thing to ever happen to the fucking Final Fantasy franchise.
Bullshit.
You keep your online never-ending story bullshit out of my RPG.
I'm sorry, I just like having a damn good story that keeps building on itself in a very good way because all the story writers are fantastic.
Then play Final Fantasy 1!
That doesn't keep evolving and changing.
Yes, it does, because then you have Final Fantasy 2. Here's the thing. It already existed. It's called the Final Fantasy franchise. They try to take 14 and just compact the entire fucking franchise in it. Don't you say
no, because 14 keeps the same characters.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. It is one story.
Angry voices.
I am so angry. All right. Hey, Fenris. Have you ever heard of a character in Final Fantasy called Sid?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've also heard of Biggs and Wedge. You know, the same characters who show up in every Final Fantasy, but
yeah,
look
exactly,
different.
my dude. There's at least 10
14.
to 15. There's at least 10 to 15 different ones. There's always chocobos. The summons are always basically the same. Like,
so fun fact for you two. So they have to skip
but their designs are different. The designs of the summons are different.
Don't have to be different from game to game.
Moon, Richie, pause that thought for a second.
I'm just they have to skip
Final Fantasy. They have to skip Final Fantasy 30.
What?
You know what the Roman numeral for 10 is, right, Moon?
No, I want Final Fantasy 30. Give me Final Fantasy 30.
But we already do have it. Just go on to Orange YouTube.
Or Nexus Mods.
Or Nexus Mods.
They know what they're doing. That's what their goal is.
Dude, that's a good fucking point. I forgot. I can't wait for this game to come out on PC because I could actually add mods to it that would make the game much more interesting. And I don't just mean naked mods, you sick pervs. I mean like actual quality of life improvements to the fucking game. Not to mention this version
naked
that's mods. Also that. But the I mean, I'm not going to need them. Sometimes your imagination is better than anything that a modder can make. I'm just saying.
Fair.
Yeah. Also, I want to point this out too. All the DLC for Final Fantasy 16 is coming along with it.
I'm going to be one of the outliers here when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
I lost interest in Final Fantasy 16 like 3 hours in.
Did you?
It could not hold my attention.
You don't like medieval stuff?
I do, but at the same time, like right before I finished Final Fantasy Origins, and it was a slog to get through that game for me.
Okay, yeah, it might have been the timing for it. I would ask that you revisit it. I would definitely ask that you revisit it fresh, because how that game plays, like I got through a good, at least probably a 10th of it, and I'm like, fuck. I stopped playing, came back, and I was like, I've forgotten how to play this game. So I'm going to have to play it from the very beginning again. The stuff I do remember story-wise and things about the summons, I'm so here for.
I still have to go back and finish Remake Disc 2.
Also, I'm going to point this out to you really quickly there, buddy. Look here, bud. How you obtain your summons, way different from 14. Way different. How summons are treated. So here's another reason. There's
I don't want to hear you talk about 14 again because you don't even know how fucking 14 works.
I have to endlessly listen. I have to endlessly listen to 14 simps talk about 14. I am so over 14. Like, get me back in my main franchise. Why couldn't 14 have been completely separate from everything? No, it had to be part of the Crystal Anthology. Fucking hell.
Rick also has a point.
What?
Or hear him out. They're in separate universes and don't need to share the same information or same story.
And yet, there's too much information that's being shared. Once again, 14 is part of the Crystal Anthology.
Again, what
Final
is that?
Fantasy. That, my friend, is a sign that you have not played enough Final Fantasy games.
Yeah. To be fair, Moon,
like
I haven't played
motherfuckers, and 2 of them are MMOs.
16? No.
Okay, first
those
off,
are rookie numbers. Bump that shit up.
Okay.
Shut up.
Number one, there's not 6. If we're talking about mainline canon, there's technically only 14. 11 and 14 do not count because they are of a separate thing. I keep online stuff completely separate. Also, as much as I'm talking shit on 14, 11 was a travesty.
There's 15 if you're doing it that way, Rich, because you got 10 and 10 too.
No, I don't count 10-2. I don't count 10-2. The only thing that counts about 10-2 is the ending is the good ending for 10-2. The rest of that game might as well not exist.
To be honest, because 10-2 wasn't that good either.
10-2's good ending is the actual ending for Final Fantasy X. That's what it was. That's all it was. You had to slog through a mediocre game.
To be fair, it was
to
the first
get to the
Final
actual
Fantasy.
ending.
It was the first Final Fantasy to introduce jobs.
Anyhow. But yeah, which is so sad because we were so hyped for it because that intro was so goddamn good.
The intro was amazing.
It's amazing.
Gameplay
YRP. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Sadly, I know for many of you out there, you're not happy that I'm counting 13, but yes, 13, 15, and 16. Those are the Final Fantasy series that count. The online stuff I count as separate from mainline. To
be fair, 13 was ahead of its time, and they didn't have enough. They did not have enough production time to make it decent story-wise.
The Crystal Anthology is what we refer to about Final Fantasy series that revolve around crystals. Like their kingdoms are based on crystals. The power comes from the crystals. That's considered the Crystal Anthology.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that like 2, 3, and 4?
Oh no, there's more than that. There's way more than that. If you're talking about the game packing of Crystal Anthology, if you're talking about the way they release certain games or re-release certain games and call them the Crystal Anthology, yes. When I'm referring to the Final Fantasy franchise as a whole, which ones are part of like the Crystal Anthology? Okay, I'll tell you right now, 7 and 8 are not part of that. I don't think 10 is either.
I'm fairly certain 6 isn't. I'm fairly certain 9 wouldn't be either.
9 is part of Crystal Anthology. I think 12 might be too. I can't remember if it was Crystals. It's been a long
Richie,
time since I played 12.
This would be a great topic for the podcast whenever you get that up and running.
That died so long ago.
I didn't know it actually officially died.
Yeah, we never did anything with that. It's just I'm so busy with everything else. I realized I have no time.
Fair enough. I know that feeling all too well.
You know what? I'm just saying, fuck it. I want to bring guests onto the main Fat Dog channel, and when we do interviews with guests, we'll just call it that.
Why not bring them onto Anime Church and we could just interview them here?
No. Because then they have to suffer through Anime Church. I want to make it two separate things. Interviews are interviews. Anime Church is Anime Church. And then the interviews can just be
Yes, Cody, this is live.
Hi, Cody. He knows this is live.
Not Legend by Design. Cody Tone.
Different Cody. Oh, hi. But yeah, we're the Crystal Anthology is two separate things. It's a set of games that were re-released from like the earlier Final Fantasy game franchise, and then it's basically everything that crystals are the power basis for the world. And 16 is definitely part of the Crystal Anthology. 14 is technically as well, because there are crystals all over, correct?
I haven't played 14 in years.
Talking to Moon. There are crystals, right?
So, I mean,
there are power source. And
there are crystals.
Yeah, it's part of the Crystal Anthology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moon, just to let you know, I used to play 14 until Square Enix's first wave of bans against those of us who sold our services for real world money to make gear for people.
Can we go to church to confess our sins? I mean, you can.
I was one of the people that was banned.
You want to confess?
Because at the time, I was one of the.
Sorry to hear that, but also.
So, when I first started playing, I got to one of the top 10 people with the highest crafting levels in leatherworking, blacksmithing, and basically everything.
Yes.
And they did not have any rules about it in the terms of service to literally sell what I make for real world money.
Oh,
and then they put it out, and within 12 hours, I got banned.
By the way, yes, guys, I am one of those gatekeepers. Final Fantasy is a JRPG, not an MMO. That is why I do not count 11 and 14 as true Final Fantasy games, because that's not Final Fantasy. That's Genshin Impact with better graphics. And less gacha, to be fair.
A lot less gacha.
Yeah,
I would still say no.
Oh, really? How much do your DLC cost?
It's not DLC.
Expansions, same fucking thing.
Last time I had to buy one, I think it was only 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So at this point in time, they're basically like on the low end of gacha, but it's still kind of you're having to pay. No, they got you again. You're buying it.
Other games worth.
They got you again. You're buying an expansion.
You're literally buying a whole other game.
I know there's not gambling involved. I'm making a joke.
Shit, like
Moon,
dude, they had to do. They have to do that with gacha characters too, my dude.
One of the biggest things that it's not a standalone. You have to have the base game in order to play it.
Also true.
Man.
A good counterpoint for this would be StarCraft 2, where if you want, you could buy Legacy of the Void and play that by itself, even though it's the end of the trilogy.
Okay, fine. I'll just say it this way. It's predatory gaming. And I'm against it.
I wouldn't even say that.
Oh, no, it absolutely is predatory gaming.
It's like World of Warcraft.
I mean, to be fair,
you realize you can get 0 to 60 for completely free, right?
Hey, guess what? I could say the same thing about Destiny, and it is 100% predatory gaming. I make no qualms about this. There are games that I like playing that I am aware are predatory gaming games.
There's another MMO I would recommend, Black Desert Online. $10 only. Free updates, free downloads, free story expansions. But they still have microtransactions.
I mean, the first Descendant is basically Korean MiHoYo.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you could get everything in the game for free. You just have to grind the shit out of it. And everybody wants to see Buddy's booty, you know? I mean, look at it this way. The Koreans know that sex sells.
I mean, a lot of people know sex sells.
I'm going to burn this to the ground DLC pack. Oh, no. All right, but going back to it, before we got into this whole rant about summons looking the same from game to game, any other thoughts about Final Fantasy 16?
Since I already said my piece, what about you, Moon?
Just, Richie, do me a favor. Look at the 2 pictures I put in the side chat.
No, I'm not going to. Because if I pull up the side chat, it shows up on the stream. So after.
Oh, you just don't want to be proven wrong where everyone can see it because the designs are different between several of the games.
I just don't give a dude. How many Final Fantasy games have you played?
I think 6.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Fucking barely played it because I wasn't that big of a fan of it. But yes, I played 14, 15, and 16. I still need to play 1, 2, and 3, but like I haven't had the time.
For comparing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2.
Oh no, I'm not counting
13,
10-2. I was just counting the main lines. If we're going
14,
on that, Jesus, the amount of fucking Final
15,
Fantasy 7 games I played.
16.
Dude, I have 8 games just off of Final Fantasy 7.
I mean, you got disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, remake disc 1, remake disc 2.
No, I'm not counting discs. I'm counting just the game. So 7 remake, Dirge of Cerberus, pre-Crisis Core, Crisis Core. Like, dude, the amount of shit that revolves around 7 that I've had to play is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So here's my thing, Moon. I will say 100%. I am not unaware of how much Square Enix is coming for your money.
Also,
because what they do for 14, they do for 7. They just make completely different games around 7 instead of adding expansions. They just make full-on games.
You know, for a game titled Final Fantasy, it's certainly not the final of the fantasies.
Oh, never will be.
It's because of the first game, and you know the origin of this, Fenris. Shut the fuck up.
It's like Fire Emblem. I'm never going to stop buying those games.
Dude, Final Fantasy was called... All right, do we need to do a history lesson real quick for, like, Moon in the chat? Or Moon, do you know this? Do you know why it's called Final Fantasy? Okay.
Because they thought it was going to be the last game they'll ever make.
Yeah, well, it's because they threw everything into it. Like, literally their entire budget went into this game. If it did not succeed, they were done as a company. They were fucking done and bankrupt and gone. Mm-hmm. Okay. I was going to ask chat if they needed to know the backstory, but we just gave it. So there we go. Mm-hmm. Let's move out of gaming and get to anime. It's 3:30. We finally have to get to anime. All right. Oh, quick thing. I added this last minute for those of you that don't know. Up on Amazon Kindle right now, available for pre-order for fans of The Beginning After the End, otherwise known as Tbate. Turtle Me and Amazon have now officially posted September 6th is when Volume 11, Providence Part 2 comes out. And Jesus Christ, that cover. Holy cow. I'm very much looking forward to this. I found out back in, June, technically, that both of these guys here seem to be fans of Tbate as well because they were interested in the audiobook I was playing it in my car. So there's that. Yeah. Now, if you guys want to quickly catch up, Audible has 2 omnibus books, so you can read you can get the first 4 books on Audible for pretty good price. Or you could grab them on Kindle. It's probably cheaper that way. I'll be 100% honest. But yes, highly recommend this series. Very, very good. If you're into isekai stuff, it's pretty good. This is a weirder isekai because the Earth that he came from is an alternate Earth from ours. So it was already a different Earth, but there are some things that are similar, but also some things that are drastically different. And this is an Earth of the future. Not alternate Earth that takes place further in the timeline than where we currently are. So way, way further, like several hundred years in the future. And then he gets isekai to this other world. And then the story begins. And it is partially about things that happen in the other world, but specifically things that happen to our main character. If you have not read The Beginning After the End, highly recommend it. Very good reading material. I think it's a 9 out of 10 for the series overall. There are 10 out of 10 books. There are definitely moments where you're going to get that catharsis. If you like those moments in Slime Season 2 where you got to see people get their comeuppance, you're going to have some of those moments in this too. It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. I've done enough talking about that. I can't wait to pre-order it. I'm having a lot of fun with this series, and I've been eagerly looking forward to Volume 11 for a long, long time. Speaking of more light novel related stuff, I clicked on this and checked it out and decided, yeah, we should talk about this in Anime Church because of just the title. A wild last boss has appeared. That's a fucking title, my guy.
Oh, yes, it is.
I forgot that Anime NYC was going on right now. So that's where a lot of this is coming from. NBC Universal announced during the NBC Universal Japan Anime Industry panel, you thought light novel titles were long, at Anime NYC on Friday that the anime adaptation of Firehead and Yahako's A Wild Last Boss appeared light novel series. The company also revealed a visual featuring the main character, black-winged Tiran, Lufus Mafashi. The anime is confirmed as a television anime, not an OVA or a movie or anything like that. But yeah, some backstory. I'm going to do the backstory for this one because I don't think any of us know the backstory on this. The J Novel Club released the novel series digitally in English. The company describes the story. The year is 2800, and Lufus Mafashi, the black-winged tyrant, great conqueror, the leader of the 12 heavenly stars, has returned. A man wakes up in the body of his MMO character 200 years after her defeat during a player-made event in the game. X-Gate Online. God damn it. I was so here for it, and then it turned into fucking...
Hey, thank you to Cody Tone.
What's up? Oh, hey, thank you for becoming a supporter. Appreciate that. X-Gate Online. Now he's stuck in her body, but it isn't a game. It's real. Whether with her reign long over and her legacy one of fear, Lufus must journey through the world of X-Gate looking for answers, possible comrades, and all the monsters her death unleashed upon the world. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, there's your synopsis. I'll check it out. It sounds like, I hate to say this, but this sounds like another B movie isekai kind of thing. But
I mean,
it's the kind of anime trash I'm into. So
let's be fair. We thought the same thing about Oshi No Ko. So
to be fair, the description for Oshi No Ko was fucking terrible.
It really was.
It really was.
And then we all got into it and started crying.
And then we watched it and we were like, this fucking show is great.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, guys, we will be talking about the newest episode of Oshi No Ko at the end today. Moon, would you like to read the next story since fuck you, it's in your state?
Before Moon does that, no, Cody, we did not do the stepsister shorts.
God, no.
We are not responsible for the Sweet Home Alabama. Or the Level 69.
No.
Yes,
no,
I watched them too.
No. We're the solo leveling we're the solo leveling pilot. That's us. We're a different channel. That's not us.
The Anime Boys were pretty good with theirs.
I do find them pretty funny, but make sure to check channel names. That's all I'm saying. That is not us.
Yep.
We're aware that there's another solo leveling abridged, and we probably will make some references or reach out to them at some point and be like, "Hey, you want to voice a character for us or something?" You know, let's unite. Let's unite to fight. Let's unite to fight the magic beasts. You know,
magical algorithm.
Oh, yes.
The magical algorithm. No, you're gonna know us. You're gonna know us very, very soon as our major difference between them and us in episode 2 when the system finally makes an appearance. Our siblings act like siblings. All right.
Okay, what type of siblings? Like the type that are always at each other's
not
necks?
tags on Pornhub, okay?
Or like how I am with my siblings, where we will literally stab each other if given the opportunity.
Okay, so here we go. Jinha. All right, Moon,
Gina.
you want to do the scene? You want to do the scene with Gina and Jinwoo?
Yes,
let's do it. I'll be
Gina?
Gina. You get to be our observer here. We're gonna start with Jinha. Gina enters the room. So, guys, if you want a preview of Solo Leveling Abridged, we're gonna give you a short snippet of that real quick. How about that? All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Talking to yourself again? This is why we call you incarcerated, because you practically live here. You should be in the psych ward, not the medical ward.
Oh, hey, sis. I see you're in a good mood today. Someone must have gotten their hands on some hospital jello. Did it have the special powder, or are you just faking being a normal person for all the cute doctors?
They said you were pretty fucked up when you came in. I just told them that's how ugly you look normally.
You're just mad I'm sleeping in the comfy bed tonight.
Hey, look, crazy straps.
You need to get your fetishes under control, sis.
I said that wrong. Hey, look, crazy straps.
You need to get your fetishes under control, sis. They aren't those kind of doctors.
I mean, $20 is $20, my guy.
Fuck.
Why are you here?
To laugh at my dumbass brother.
Who pays all your tuition, keeps mother alive, a roof over your head, and food on the table?
And who cooks the food?
Well, you gotta do something, or else I'd have no use for you.
Really miss these family talks, bro. Since you are both conscious and not in pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'm hanging out with friends.
The random homeless person you gave $5 to so they would follow you up here and pretend you have a social life doesn't count.
Bums are people too, asshole! And she's not homeless!
Well, that was a bit of fun sibling bonding. Now to get back to my floating mental breakdown word bubble dilemma.
There we go. End scene.
God damn.
True sibling relationship. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely.
Man, that is a fantastic sibling relationship.
True siblings. Like how not to summon a team. Well, no, we're not that guy. Any more Solo Leveling Abridged. All right, we'll get it to you soon. We're working on it, my guy. We're still in the hospital area. The next thing I have to write is the penalty quest thing. That's the next part I'm writing. I'm working on that. And then from there we get the I got stats now, followed by the instance dungeon, which just the music ideas alone that I have for the instance dungeon, just I've got some good ideas for the instance dungeon and how reminds you of Sword Art.
The good Sword Art.
Appreciate that.
Reminds me of SWOA. What is SWOA?
Sword Art Online Abridged.
Yeah.
SAOA is Sword Art Online. What is SWOA? Fight those damn fairies. What? I can't see because there's a freaking heart thing in there in the way. Fight those damn
I wish we could
fairies.
disable that.
I do too. I really wish I could. Yes. Okay. God. All right. So there we are. We have done the thing. Time to move on. Moon, it is your turn. Talk to us about bread.
Yee. All right. So Mashal is getting a collaboration with Beard Papa in the U.S.
Fuck you for having a Beard
fans
Papa.
in the Mashal, Magic and Muscles fans in the U.S., your time has come. Aniplex of America announced at Anime NYC on Saturday that the anime is getting a collaboration with the famed Beard Papa's Cream Puff chain in this December.
Giggity.
The collaboration will take place at all 42 stores in the U.S. with Mashal-themed flavors and merchandise with purchase of the Cream Puffs. Stores will also host contests and giveaways. Beard Papa's is arguably the most well-known cream puff chain in Japan. It was founded in Osaka in 1999.
Once again to our audience, because I know what kind of sick bastards we have in here. That's cream puffs, not cream pies. All right? You sick fucks.
I'll fix that. Wait, what?
No! Moon, do not encourage them. You saw them in chat. They're already edging.
Why does my cream puff taste salty? No reason. And why are you so tired? Shut up.
You know what that reminds? The sad part is this just reminds me of Van Wilder.
I was just thinking that. I think I've had this before.
No. And then they get to it and find the picture.
And then everybody throws up.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, fuck.
He just needed some TLC.
Yep. Anyways, the U.S. chain has stores located in Arizona, California, Colorado, Georgia, Illinois, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New York, North Carolina, Oregon, South Carolina, Utah, Texas, and Washington.
I have one in my state. I'm not going. As much as I want to try the Magical Cream Puff, I cannot stand the tourist trap that is Mall of America.
Oh, it's
fair
in
enough.
Mall of America. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's four locations.
To be fair, you already went to the tourist trap that was Opry Mills Mall.
That's true. Also, it's 3.5 hours one way from me.
Yeah, I'm not driving 5 hours to Atlanta and then 4 hours back to Nashville just to try a fucking cream puff.
I will gladly take an hour.
He was like, I'll bite the bullet for this one. Oh my fuck.
Please, Moon, give us a detailed 7-page report on the taste and texture.
You know what?
No. It won't be.
Feel like Sword Art
Abridged.
Abridged.
And texture. It's going to be a full description of how I went to the store, bought it, licked it, smelled it, tasted it, bit into it, let the cream juices run across my face,
and slide down your throat.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So you know what? This does feel
I'll
a
take
little
that.
bit. Hey, Fenris, this does feel a little bit like Sword Art. He's gonna write us a detailed essay about it, even though we're never gonna be able to try the Ragu Rabbit.
Yes.
Yeah, but we just have to. But if we want to try it, we just have to go to Asana's place. But
that is very true.
that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not.
My
fair.
sandwich. It was innocent.
It was innocent. I must
It was
grieve.
innocent. I must grieve.
All right. I want to talk about the next one. Guys, Viz acquired worldwide merchandise rights outside of Asia for Ranma 1/2. So Viz is officially taken over the Ranma 1/2 franchise. Viz Media announced during its panel and world premiere screening of the new anime of Rumiko Takahashi's Ranma 1/2 manga at Anime NYC on Saturday that it has acquired the merchandising rights for the whole anime worldwide outside of Asia. Viz Media and Hot Topic are partnering to release a new line of apparel. My fucking God, you had me until you said Hot Topic. Including t-shirts, hoodies, pins, drinkware, throws, and posters that will launch this fall.
You know, Richie, I too enjoy the I Hate Myself store.
Viz and screened the official world premiere of the first episode at the event. By the way, why is that store sponsoring an anime viewing? Shut the fuck up. Just sell merchandise, you gothic shills. Hot Topic. The dark side of the gap. Anyway. It's the hole you fell into when you dropped through the gap. Anyhow, the anime will premiere nationwide in Japan on October 5th on the NTV channel. Dude, there's so much good content coming out in the fall, man. How are we going to be able to keep up? All right, so yeah, the rest of this is stuff that we've already talked about. If you want to know more about this, please watch previous episodes. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on, we got Gundam to talk about, and it's the Gundam that one of us doesn't want to talk about. I don't know anything about this Gundam, but Fenris does, and the more he knows, the less he likey.
The more it hurts.
The more it hurts.
So Gundam Silver Phantom anime reveals trailer and an October 3rd release. Bandai Namco Filmworks announced that at its panel at Anime NYC on Friday that it will release it and virtual reality VR production company Atlas V's Mobile Suit Gundam Silver Phantom feature-length VR anime for Meta Quest 2 and 3 on October 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The company also revealed a new trailer for the anime, which actually looks somewhat decent, I will admit, but it is a MetaQuest exclusive. More backstory on the basically the production of it and who does what and what they've done for the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise series, and a lot of it is fantastic. A lot of people are returning for various things that they're good at. But Bandai Namco Filmworks first revealed the interactive immersive adventure project at Anime NYC in November 2023. Zandrowicz said regarding the project, "This is not a game, nor is it just a narrative experience. It's an immersive adventure that leverages the best of both worlds. This is the first time Sunrise is working with a French company, Atlas V. The story is set in the UC's 0096. Another recently announced Gundam project from Bandai Namco Filmworks includes the Mobile Suit Gundam Requiem for Vengeance project, which consists of 6 30-minute episodes that will stream worldwide on Netflix. Much, much better choice, to be honest. The staff at Sunrise and Safe House are producing the Requiem for Vengeance project entirely in Epic Games' Unreal Engine 5. That anime will debut on October 17th. Watching the trailer and what's happening, it looks like it could be different. It looks like it could be good, but at the same time, they're limiting themselves to the MetaQuest only, which, if it's going to be a strictly VR experience like this is, that's maybe a third of the VR space in general. I mean, you got the MetaQuest series, you got the HTC Vive off Steam, you got a bunch of knockoff third-party different VRs you could buy, and then Sony just released their PSVR 2 adapter for PC, which lets us play games for Steam. Ask me how I know. I bought it because I have a PSVR 2.
How do you know?
But overall, they're basically shooting themselves in the foot by limiting it to one particular type of VR headset and one VR program. As much as I love Gundam, I'm not going to spend $300 to $400 on a headset just to experience it. I'd rather sink that money into a ticket to, well, now unfortunately China, to see their life-size Gundam unicorn they have over there, and then probably get arrested by the Chinese government for being an American.
Okay. All right, time to talk about this next one, guys. We've already covered the fact that there's a live-action Saint Youngmin coming out, but they're introducing more characters. Guys, that's a Japanese Prince Adam. I'm not the only guy that sees that, right? Like, that's Prince Adam in denim.
Yes, yes, it is.
They can sit there and tell me. They can sit here and tell me that that is a god, and I'm like, no, that's He-Man before he has the power.
There's He-Man in his teenage years.
There's literally Prince Adam, and I'm sorry, this is gonna sound insensitive, but I don't care. I'm making a joke, and jokes aren't about sensitivity. I see. I'm just looking at this picture, and all I see is Prince Adam and Jet Li. To be fair, it's the
one
hair.
Thing's for sure.
Reason.
He has the power.
If there are not memes in the next 5 days of this guy going, hey, yeah, 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 there is no justice in the world. None.
I still want to see a live action comedy where He-Man and Skeletor share the same apartment.
Oh, they're roommates? That'd be great. I'd love that.
That'd be hilarious.
Right.
Like, that's their backstory. They were roommates, and that's what caused Skeletor to hate He-Man.
I think in the previous one, Keldor was actually related to Adam. Can't remember. I'll have to dive into that series a bit more. Anyway, the official website for Saint Onisun or Saint Young Min, the movie, Holy Men versus Akuma Gundan, or the Holy Men versus the Demon Army, the first live-action film of Hikaru Nakamura's Saint Young Men, revealed 2 new cast members for the film. Ryunosuke Kamiki from Your Name and Godzilla -1 left on the image below. So basically, He-Man is in Godzilla -1. There you go. He plays Johane, while Taiga Nakamo, who played in the live-action Daily Lives of High School Boys, and Kyokara Orewa plays Juichimen Kanon Eki. Oh, God. No, there's no way I'm going to say. Collectively known as Team Heaven Realm 2. Johane, also known as John of Revelation, is a celebrity in heaven whose eschatological writings remain popular even with the Archangel Michael. Juichimen Kanon maintains a life as a blogger and YouTuber in the mortal realm under the name of Amen. God damn it, that's great. That's really funny puns. Amen. His YouTube name is Amen. That's great. I love it. All right. The comedy manga imagines if Buddha and Jesus shared a low-rent Tokyo apartment with no bathroom. Guys, I'm not joking around when I say this. It's fucking hilarious because they're trying to just be amongst humanity and live like normal people. And they keep accidentally making miracles happen or glowing and shit like that. And they're like trying to hide their divinity. It's really silly and I love it. It's so good. Anyway, there we go. That's the stuff that was announced. They also put a new making of video featuring the 2 cast members. It was very cute. I just was like, Saint Young Men, which I don't think gets enough attention outside Japan. I wanted to put that out there. And my God, it's really funny. And just the fact that they have somebody that like looks like they stepped out of Masters of the Universe. Like fucking guys, proof that we can make a live action Masters of the Universe that is like accurate to the series. You know? No offense to Dolph Lundgren, and especially no offense to Frank Langella, who was the best casting, hands down. Like it may have just been a paycheck, but he like as Skeletor, he gave such a good performance. It's weird to think that Frank Langella was Skeletor in a movie that bad. He was the best thing about it because he was going for it, and you know what? He did a great job. If you have not seen the live action He-Man Masters of the live action Masters of the Universe, you need to, especially because like Frank Langella's Skeletor performance is just worth watching. If nothing else, just YouTube it. Just YouTube his performance specifically. It's so good. The rest of the movie is kind of crap, but you know, Gwildor was fun. You know. Yeah. Anyhow, let's talk about Overlord, shall we? Who wants to talk about Overlord? Okay, me.
Fenris, you got this.
I'm volunteering to take the last topic we have. There's some Easter eggs in it that I want to talk about.
Oh boy. Okay. Overlord, the Sacred Kingdom anime film, opens in North America on November 8th. Crunchyroll announced on Thursday that its North American screenings of the Overlord movie will for the Overlord anime will begin on November 8th. Crunchyroll will screen the film in North America, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. The film will open with regular screenings in Japan on September 20th, but it will have IMAX screenings beginning 1 week earlier on September 13th. Katakawa gives a brief description, which I'm going to skip. I want to know where it's been. They just say it's going to be in North America. They don't even say where. All right, I'm mad. I'm looking forward to this. I do actually want to see the Overlord movie. Like, I really like Overlord.
I have to watch season 4, I think it was, though, that just finished on Crunchyroll.
Well, it's been finished for a while, but yes.
It's
the most recent
I started
series.
season 3, and it took a kind of more dull political approach to it that I kind of lost interest in.
How far into season 3 did you get?
3 episodes.
Yeah, you need to keep going on season 3, my guy.
I know. I just
you're seriously seriously forgetting what politics is in like for all of them in Nezarek.
That's true, but at the same time,
it's literally you do what our king says. You do what our king says, or we'll do everything to destroy your country.
That's true, but I was also trying to watch it while watching Slime and other world-building anime at the same time. There's only so much world-building I could take before I'm like, okay, I have to cut one of these out of my watch list.
Oh, God damn it. You're going to talk about Grave of the Firefly. No, the sad
Yes,
shit.
I have Easter eggs for that I need to talk about.
Don't talk about them because a lot of people haven't seen Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, no, it's not about the actual movie itself, but various other aspects that everybody has access to.
Okay. Then in that case, Moon, I want you to talk about our next story, My Hero Academia, your next film.
Gladly. Toho International began streaming on Thursday a new English subbed trailer titled Who's Next? For My Hero Academia, the movie You're Next. Hey! The fourth anime film. Wait. My Hero Academia. It's the same. Hold on. That broke my head for a second because it has the parentheses, which is usually, the English translation. There is no change. Why do you have that?
Because they have a word count they need to put out.
Jeez. The fourth anime film in the My Hero Academia franchise. The film opened in Japan on August 2nd. It sold 608,500 tickets and earned approximately 895 million yen, about $6.16 million US dollars. In its first 3 days, the film is simultaneously screening in IMAX, MX4D, 4DX, and Dolby Cinema. Toho International will bring the film to U.S. theaters on October 11th. The film will be available with English subtitles and dub releases. And the rest is kind of some backstory shit, but my question is, which theaters? And why is it only New York and California? That is a joke. I do not actually know if it is only New York and California, but that's typically how it goes.
So, our last anime story, before we get to the reviews. Netflix to add Grave of the Fireflies anime film. Netflix announced on Monday that it will add the late Isao Takahata and Studio Ghibli's Grave of the Fireflies anime film on September 16th. The film is based on late author Akiyuki Nosaka's semi-autobiographical novel of the same name. The story follows a brother and sister struggle to survive in the waning months of World War II. Takahata and Ghibli's 1988 film was double billed with Hayao Miyazaki and Ghibli's My Neighbor Totoro. Central Park Media, ADV Films, and later Sentai Filmworks released the film on home video in North America, and G-Kids acquired the North American theatrical rights. It is a very depressing story. However, there are several other aspects of it that not many people realize. On the original theatrical poster, you actually see a what was it? I think B-26. B-29 super fortress in the background. And the fireflies are not fireflies; they're incendiary bombs. And the late author had written this story, or his original story, as a way to deal with the loss of his sister during this period of time. It is a movie that, yes, it may be semi-autobiographical, but has real-world impacts from the author himself trying to work through his survivor syndrome. So, it is a very heartwarming, but also very heart-wrenching story at the same time. I highly, highly recommend watching.
Oh, something is warming their hearts, all right. Probably the fire. But we didn't.
I find it weird how I was describing, various depressing things, and you just had the shit-eating grin on your face the entire time.
We didn't start the
fire.
Well,
they say love is a burning thing.
Technically, Richie, we did start that fire. As the country we reside in did start that fire. Anyway,
boom.
Moving
Here
on
comes the boom. Here comes the boom.
Okay. No, here comes the spoiler alert, because now we're finally.
Next up, yes. Spoiler alert, because we are going to be talking about.
We're going to put the spoiler tag up. We're going to talk about Oshi No Ko. We're going to talk about Slime. And we're going to talk about Tower of God. Guys, if you don't want to stick around for the spoilers, we understand. We're going to talk about the 3 episodes that came out this week. If you haven't seen them, we understand. That's why we put the spoiler tag up. We're going to start with Oshi No Ko, because it came out first. It's on Wednesday. Then on Friday was Slime. And then today was Tower of God.
I thought Slime was Monday.
No, Slime is on Fridays.
Maybe I just watch them. No,
you probably watch them on Mondays, but it comes out on Fridays.
But I watched them for Sunday.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. It comes out on Friday.
I have so many levels. I'm fucking confused now.
Wednesday is Oshi No Ko, Friday is Slime, and then Sunday is Tower of God. Oh, I'm just going to throw this hot take out there. After watching the new episode of Wistoria, Wistoria has very, very pretty art to go with its action, and that is basically
2 episodes behind. Please do not spoil anything.
No, I'm not saying anything about the story. There's nothing to say about the story. You already know where the story is going. You've seen so many other anime like it. It's Black Clover, but prettier.
And he doesn't shout, "My friends!" to gain powerful.
He doesn't have to. It's so fucking implied. It's insanely gagging. Anyhow, guys, my view on Wistoria, it's okay. The art is kind of what saves it. There's your quick review.
Later, Rick.
All right, let's talk about which Rick.
Salty
There's a couple.
Rick.
Okay. Let's talk about
Oshi No Ko.
We are 1 episode away from like the crazy stuff. Not the crazy stuff didn't happen here. We got the spotlight on Kana, and then we got we finally got to the meat of Aqua's acting. But yeah, we're going to see the second half of this, and boy, I can't. This is the episode that I thought, or this is the moment I thought about when they started teasing the play at the end of the season 1. I was just like, oh, are they going to show this stuff? And then when they announced season 2, I was like, we get, like, all of us were thinking about the play, let's be honest. But also there's one other thing that we're thinking about that's toward the end. Like, guys, there's going to be a pretty, like, season 2, if they end where I'm expecting them to end, holy crap, you're going to be so pumped for season 3. That's all I'll say. But yeah, we got...
By the way, on the subject of reading the manga, without giving away too many spoilers, I had a real good laugh when Aqua found the child actor for the movie.
Really funny. Yeah.
I can't say much because
too.
unfortunately, I have a very dark sense of humor, darker than most people's.
Darker than black.
I think it was last chapter or the chapter before. I chuckled at it.
Okay, we need to stop talking about the manga because I'm not 100% sure what chapter you're talking about, and I can't talk about it on air. So, shut up about the manga.
Bring it up later.
We will. We definitely will. All right, let's talk about this episode. Once again, and I don't even know why we're bringing this up, but the animation was fucking on point. Like, the animation's so good, it makes me realize how bad the animation is in Tower of God. Because the story for Tower of God is good, and the animation is just so kind of meh. And it's like, God damn it, guys, y'all could do so much better.
Like, they ramp it up for certain parts, but like, there's nothing really going on.
Meanwhile, Oshi No Ko's over here going, hey, guys, Ufotable's not the only one that could do this shit. It's like, oh, damn. Like, Oshi No Ko is reaching those Mappa and Ufotable levels. It's damn good. Everybody's talking about the animation for Wistoria and Elusive Samurai. No, Oshi No Ko goes hard, my guy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, especially with this episode, with all the Kana stuff and all the stars and everything, like, they are really hyping this stuff up, and it's so good. Like, they are making you feel the actors in the play and how they're acting and everything. Like, there's so much detail going into this, and not just animation wise. I mean, story and like, how many people are learning things? I'm curious. How many people are learning things about acting from this? I am an actor, so a lot of this was very familiar to me, especially because I did a lot of stage acting growing up. So, yeah, I'm kind of familiar. But like, damn.
Yes, it's just seeing the evolution of the characters from the first episode of season 2 to now, and how many of them have overcome what they thought were their own shortcomings and hurdles to what's happening in the play is just, it's a beautiful sight to see.
I love that whole interaction between Kana and Aqua, of him just like ad-libbing and then putting her right back into the script, especially because of what he was saying. He was like, look, woman. I'm like, God damn it.
Yep.
Oh man, it was so goddamn
good.
Man,
honestly, I wish this whole play thing was put out as a movie episode.
The thing is, what's really interesting is I love how like the Akane simps get an episode, and then the Kana simps get an episode. Like, it's going back and forth, and so there's a lot of people who are just like, man, I'm here for it, whoever, and then they're like, God damn it, I'm rooting for Akane. God damn it, I'm rooting for Kana. I don't know who to root for, and I'm like, I love that aspect. I'm like the whole.
I know who I'm rooting for.
Two very strong candidates for Aqua's affection. Yeah, it's like, guys, we already know who the winner is. It's I.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But also, I already know who the winner is because we read the manga.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. I'm actually super here for it.
I mean, it didn't take long after episode 1 of season 1 where we all just started reading the manga.
Yeah. Guys, here's the thing you need to know. Aqua will act differently around certain people, and it kind of shows his level of interest in certain people. That's what's cool.
And his level of trust.
And his level of trust, also true. Now, let's move. He will move heaven and earth for certain people too. That is another thing, but we'll get to that later. All right, so we get our Kana moment, and then we get our Aqua moment. Holy hell. So, let's go ahead and talk about what was your favorite part of this episode. Start with Fenris.
That I'm split between two different parts, to be honest.
Pick one.
It's going to seem like the less climactic and less exciting of the two. But have a good day, Cody. I'm going to go with when the director basically told Aqua, hey, I know your circumstances. I know your background. You don't have to do this shit alone. Here's my advice.
And then Aqua's like, nah, fuck you. I'm still doing this for revenge.
And then he gave the advice of,
and
fucking
right,
don't enjoy it anymore.
Want.
Fucking you embrace the suffering. Embrace the suck.
It is the problem. Don't.
Yeah. All right. Moon. What's yours?
I think my favorite part was probably when Kana kind of had her moment, because like she got to be in the spotlight and everything. You just feel that rush of like, oh my gosh, she's finally doing it. She's acting with all of her ability. Oh, she's letting it out. Oof.
My favorite moment is probably this is gonna sound dark, but the quick montage of that Aqua is thinking about in his head, and just like where it begins versus where it ends in that montage, and it's just like, damn, because it ends kind of where it began, with out on top of the hospital talking to him on the hospital roof. And so, yeah, there you go. All right. So we could do least favorite, but I don't think I could think of a least favorite moment this episode.
No.
Yeah. All right. So
it's so hard to choose a favorite moment of this episode, to be honest.
Let's give it a rating. 0 out of 10 or 1 out of 10. Where are you guys putting this one?
I'm giving it an 8.
8.
I'm giving it a 10. Like, everything seemed to be on point here. Like writing, story, acting, animation, everything was just on point. It was so good. So yeah, I'm giving it a 10. One of my, I wouldn't say they're rare 10s, but I've given it one of my 10s. Now we move on from like very serious stuff to lighthearted fun. This was the best episode of Slime this season.
Rimuru almost caused an international incident.
Over poultry.
Oh, yes.
Over poultry.
I'm not sure if you like eating poultry or anything. You compare me to poultry?
I love both Carrion and Millam's reactions to that. Like, Carrion is just dying laughing, and Millam's like, I'm not even that gutsy. I'm like, God damn it.
To be fair, she has matured quite a bit after hanging around Rimuru.
Which is brought up. Frey does bring that up. All right, so we start off with a toast, and then the banquet begins. And then a little bit through the banquet, we get the slicing and dicing of the fish to make some sushi. Then we get the discussion amongst I love that, like, the people that are coming up there are either, okay, so first off, the ogres.
They're all otherworlders to begin with.
The ogres that are working on this were all raised by another worlder from Japan, and then the 3 people who are eating the sushi are all otherworlders from Japan. The sad part is, I don't think Masayuki was part of that entourage the first night. Otherwise,
he wasn't even there.
No, Masayuki was in Tempest. He just was not at this.
Yeah,
dinner.
no, I'm saying in this episode,
he
he's
wasn't
not
at the dinner.
Present.
No, he is at the end when Reamer is making his speech.
No, I'm saying at the banquet.
Oh yeah, the banquet. Yeah, but if Masayuki was there, he totally would have gone in for the sushi.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's
so would have
funny.
the glasses guy that's in his entourage, because he's another worlder too.
All right, so really quickly, guys, the theme of this episode is food. And that's a very good uniting episode. Like, that's a smart play, guys. Just know this. The one commonality that we all have as different nations and things like that, food. And so how do you want to share your culture? Introduce it with food. And yes, some people are going to be like, I don't know, because raw fish. And then you get the 3 Japanese people showing up and trying it, and then they're like arguing with each other about wasabi versus not wasabi.
And then you get everybody who's just like, oh, I don't know about eating raw fish, and then suddenly like, yeah, let's have some.
Notice here's the fucking thing. As soon as Yuki ate it and started complimenting it, that's when everybody was like, I'll eat some. It's not Hinata. it's Yuki because he's the free guild leader and they have more trust in him. That points something out there. Then we get the most awesome looking dragon showing up. I'm sorry, Veldora, but this is a goddamn dragon. I love Elmesia showing up and just instantly like hitting Rimuru with like her heroic aura, and it almost overpowered him. If he did not have Raphael, my dude, you'd have been gone.
Yep.
I loved like that whole conversation there, and then like freaking it's nice to see Gazel on the back foot. He almost called her an old hag, and she just looks over with that smile. Like she is a different level of frightening, and I love it. Yeah. And then of course we get Milim and Frey and Carrion showing up, and the whole diplomatic incident that almost occurred. And then a second almost diplomatic incident happened because there's one motherfucker here who thinks food should only be eaten raw. Not mixed with other ingredients. Each other. Yeah, it's like, yeah. And so that's when the scariest girl in the room decides to make her appearance, and it's Shuna. And also, if you did not catch it, she makes a subtle dig at Shion. You can't just throw all your ingredients together. There has to be a balance. And then Shion just kind of, I'm like, yeah, she's talking to you, bitch. This episode was definitely food and the war of the women. Like, so many ladies go into war about one thing or the other.
Yes. Moon, what was your favorite part?
That's a hard one, too.
Oh, my favorite part was... no. My favorite part was absolutely when Frey just started grabbing Carrion by the head. And he was like, let's talk about that comment. Why were you laughing? And he's just like, ow, 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 ow.
It's so good.
No, the best part about that wasn't even that scene. It's seeing all of his subordinates just like, no, I'm not getting involved with this.
Like nope, the Western lady with that fucking just blank expression, like, this is happening. Like, I'm just standing here.
He's done for.
And then there's what's his name? Just my lord. Like, Phobio, just
What was yours, Richie?
No, you go first. I'm the host.
I started the last one. So,
host privilege. I'm using my white privilege.
God damn it. Also, we have a bot in chat.
Okay, that's nice. I don't care. What's it doing?
Would you reveal your Google's history on live stream for $5,000?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. How do we hide user on this channel? Yes.
I have no idea. I moderate for Twitch and Discord. I don't moderate YouTube.
There you go. Good stuff. All right. It has been removed.
My favorite was all the shit Yuki and Rimuru was giving Hinata over the wasabi.
Yeah, I'm all for that. My favorite is still all the Elmesia stuff, the Thalian stuff going on.
Yep.
Like when she shows up and then she almost bodies Rimuru, and then my boy Gazel almost says the wrong word and creates another international incident. I'm like, guys, can you just watch your fucking mouths? Like, she's in the room, my guy. Why? But yeah, I love how many of the nobles were like really enjoying this. Oh yeah, and we keep focusing on the nobles and stuff. Right after that, Rimuru gives a big speech and announces the beginning of the festival. And I don't know why, but when Rimuru transformed from slime mode to human mode, all the kids and the teacher were just like, "Oh!" I'm like, wait, he's.
I think that was more. I think that was more in contrast to the threat that he made, or the promise that was made right before he went from slime to human form. Also, I wish the human form would have kept the mustache.
So many people were talking about that. Anyhow, what's our rating for this episode on a scale?
Definitely a 10.
A 10? Wait, you gave Oshi No Ko an 8. You give this one a 10.
Food, goddammit! Food!
Look, I love food and everything, and this was a very funny episode, but I'm still actually keeping this at an 8.
Yeah, I'm with Moon. I'm an 8.
Because I know what's coming.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too, but god damn it, there's food. I am biased.
It looked like some really good food. Anime knows how to make food look good. I'm just saying,
it makes me actually want sushi right now. I want to go to a sushi bar.
If you want to watch a series that has some really good food in it and is still quite wholesome, might I recommend Campfire Cooking in Another World.
And not only is it good and wholesome, it actually gives you the recipes you can make yourself.
Yeah, it teaches you.
I've tried several of them.
It teaches you how to make the foods. Yeah, they're good.
Nice.
All right.
Yes.
Lastly, let's talk about Tower of God.
Fucking Emily.
I forgot about Emily.
I did too.
I completely forgot about Emily. And all right, first off, props having the correct title and subtitles on. So, all right. So, this episode, it starts off kind of cutesy, and then by the end, like the dark truth is revealed. Get used to that. That's Tower of God in a nutshell.
Yes.
It will start off kind of happy and wholesome, and then you'll get the truth of something, and you're like, oh God, I don't know if I can handle this. I'm like, welcome to the show, my guys. That's kind of how it works. It's very much one of those kind of deals. All right, anyway. What's your favorite part of this episode?
Hiko-chan.
Okay. Moon?
Pika-chan! That was really good. That's a difficult one, only because like this episode for Tower of God was kind of bland.
Yeah,
honestly.
It was.
Oh yeah, this was definitely. We'll get to the rating in a second. I'll just go ahead and skip to mine. My favorite part was the end, like literally that reveal at the end.
That was probably the best part of it.
Not because the episode ended, but because of the reveal. And also keep in mind, it's been almost 2 years now. They're almost at the 30th floor, so there's been a massive time skip.
Mm-hmm.
They've been a team for a long time.
Mm-hmm. And there's probably going to be another one next episode because they'll probably either be at the 30th floor or close to it.
They're probably going to be at the workshop battle, which is 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, the workshop battle is in 2 months on their time. We're gonna
because like last we heard, I think it was going to be a year. Because the last episode is like the workshop battle in a year or something.
No, last episode, yes.
Yeah. In 2 years.
But this episode, they said it was in 2 months.
Yeah, this episode, they said it was within 2 months. So we've done a massive time skip already.
Oh, yeah. And we can see that they're like,
What
pretty
was your
decent
favorite
team.
scene?
Even the...
Because we had the A team and the B team. So you could choose either or. It doesn't matter. I mean, any scene with Rachel and she's not dead is my least favorite scene. So,
unless it's when when Kun talks about her with the with the rest of the team, and like we're going to fucking kill her.
Or
that was fun.
Or when like any time that Rachel is like being told not what a person she is, but how insignificant she is. That is a good moment because she doesn't give a shit what you think about her as a person. In fact, she relishes it if you hate her. But if you nothing her, if you treat her like the insignificant bug that she is, she hates that. That's the thing she does not like. Yeah, she is a flea. She is the most insignificant thing within the tower. Her existence here does not matter. She is literally Indiana Jones in the first movie.
The door didn't open for you.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Ooh. I think my favorite scene would probably be... Yeah, probably the same scene, just that ending scene, because the big question of Emily... Although a close second would be when Emily was telling the one chick, it was like, something about wearing a red dress, and she's getting pissed off at it.
In Dorsey? Yeah.
Yeah, in Dorsey. Yeah.
Probably
and she's like, what the hell?
My second favorite is Kun talking to Emily and finding out that the 25th bomb is alive. Yeah,
yes.
that's probably. Those are the two big moments from this episode. I mean, there are some important things that are talked about, but they're not like. They're not overly enjoyable. It's kind of. This could have been done in exposition, you know.
Exactly. So there was one scene in here that
this episode could have been done in a conversation.
Yeah, there's one scene in here that infuriated me, and that's just because I've had it done to me so many times in my life, where when people try to guilt trip me or anything like that, I almost blow up immediately because that's what my biological parents did to me. When Rachel tried to guilt trip Dan.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
I almost turned the episode off at that point because it
like
pissed me off so much.
You fucking liar. Anyhow, ratings for this episode. I'll go ahead and go first. I give this episode a 6.
I'm right there with you.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is a nothing burger.
This wasn't much of anything. Is it better than some of the trash that's out there right now? Yes. It's slightly above mid, and that's because it's Tower of God.
But this is also an exposition episode.
Yeah, this is very much an exposition episode. Yeah, I don't have much to say on that.
But hey, had another excuse to listen to the opening and closing, right?
Exactly.
The opening. I don't listen to the closing.
Oh, the closing's pretty good though.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I prefer the opening, and I'm not such a big fan of the closing. That's just me.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys.
It's okay, Richie. Nobody's got you like I do.
Nobody's got you the way I do.
Such a good song. So out of place for Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, it really is. All right. Spider. No, do not skip the OP. Do not skip the OP for Tower of God. It's way too good. And there's not
for real.
In that. Same with Oshi No Ko. The OP doesn't actually have spoilers, really. Like, all it does is show some characters that are going to be showing up in season 2. It gives no plot details whatsoever. So there you go. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming by and watching Anime Church with us today. The spoiler tag has gone away because we are done. We really, really do appreciate it. Thank you for coming in, hanging out, chatting with us. And you don't like the OP for Tower of God this time? How dare you? I'm sorry. No, it's better than the previous one. I like this one more. We'll just have to agree to disagree.
Problem. Okay. Yeah.
That being said, guys, that is it for us for Anime Church. There's no manhwa reading tonight. That is next week. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. We're probably going to work on some stuff. Maybe get some more abridged content typed up. Who knows? By the way, I hope you enjoyed that little skit that we did for Solo Leveling Abridged. Just a little preview tease there. That's probably the preview episode, the preview scene that we'll put up for the episode. Just having the two of them yelling at each other, doing their stuff back and forth. That's going to be a lot of fun to get Daring Aisha on for that. All right. And having been said, we will see you next time. Take care, and bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.